Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can tell by the title, we are talking about creatine. For those who don't know, creatine is essentially a supplement that will pull more water into your muscles, giving them a bit more of a fuller look, but then it also has strength and endurance benefits as well. It makes recovery a little bit better. As you guys know, from a couple videos ago, I mentioned that I was going to start taking creatine for the end of 75 hard. So I had taken it for 2 weeks straight, and here are my results. I'm gonna get ready for the gym while I tell you guys this stuff. So upon this time around me trying creatine, so let me preface this. Back in January, when I first started 75 hard, I started taking creatine, but I wasn't taking it consistently. It would be pretty much every day for like the first week, and then like after the first week, it was like every other day. When I remembered, it wasn't consistent. But granted, at the time when I had started taking it, the first week when I was taking it consistently, I didn't actually hold on to a lot of water weight, surprisingly. I think I held on to a little bit, but it wasn't anything that was concerning. So I just figured, okay, cool. My body clearly reacts well to creatine. This time around, let's go ahead and do a loading phase. I want to saturate my muscles really quickly, and I want to get the effects of creatine very quickly because I liked them the first time. I think that was my first mistake. Because when I did a loading phase, and granted, I didn't even do like a full-blown loading phase, I want to say I only did about 2 times the amount, when some people even say to do 20 to 25 grams or milligrams. I only did about 10. I only did about double the normal doses that I had been taking, and my body reacted terribly. When I say terribly, I mean I put on about 8 pounds of water weight in a week. I knew that this was gonna happen. Like, I knew that I was gonna put on water weight, but because it hadn't happened this drastically the first time around, I didn't expect to literally wake up morning after morning, stepping on the scale, despite not changing my eating habits, if anything getting better because I knew I needed to increase more water and stuff like that. Waking up every single morning for 2 weeks straight, and the scale just kept going up. And of course, that's what happens with creatine. It's going to make you gain water weight. It's a non-negotiable, it happens. And I know I probably did gain some the first time around, but it wasn't this significant. And it really messed with me. It really did. And then it got to the point where my clothes started fitting differently immediately. Granted, I guess it's a good thing, right? Because that they're pulling water, it's pulling water into my quads, but even my shorts were feeling different. Like my shorts kept riding up. I was feeling so uncomfortable. I had just gotten some new shirts. I didn't feel comfortable wearing the shirts anymore. And honestly, the uncomfortableness is the ultimate reason as to why I decided to stop taking creatine. I know you have to be uncomfortable to grow, and I understand that, but right now I'm not in a growing phase. I'm currently still in a weight loss journey. And while I'm still in a weight loss journey, like, that's already a lot mentally. To then see the scale fluctuate like that. I'm used to the scale fluctuating day to day. That's not something I worry about. I've gotten away from seeing the number on the scale as the number on the scale and not using it for other information. But I'm not gonna lie, during those 2 weeks, all I kept seeing was just the number, and the fact that the number just kept going up. It really did mess with me. It made me feel really uncomfortable. It made me feel uncomfortable in my body. It made me feel uncomfortable in my clothing that I had just recently fallen in love with. And it was not a good time. It was not a good time. And granted, I will say I thoroughly love the effects of creatine though. I will say after the first week of being off of it, I'm sore. I was not sore the last 2 weeks, and I was lifting more than I am now. So that is the one downside I will say is as losing the effects of having creatine in my body. I will absolutely miss it, but I also, sometimes you have to pick and choose what's more important to you at that exact moment. This is not to say that I'll never pick it up again, because I feel like that's actually the opposite of what I'm saying. I just don't think it's right for me right now. I feel as though if I was taking creatine right when I started my weight loss journey, it would have been great for me because I would have had more energy. I would have probably felt like I could have pushed my workouts a little bit harder. I probably would have more strength now, honestly. I probably would have retained so much more muscle. I don't think I lost a bunch of muscle, but I can definitely tell that my strength is not the same as it used to be. Granted, again, I'm also 100 pounds lighter than I used to be. I say all this to say that essentially I feel like if you started creatine right at the beginning of your weight loss journey, it could benefit you a little bit better than doing it like I just tried to do it and starting it in the middle or close to the end of your weight loss journey when you're at the point of I just want to be at X goal weight so that I can then bulk. And just as an update, I'm pretty much back to my pre-creatine weight. I'd say I am an advocate for creatine. I just would probably either start at the beginning of your weight loss journey unless you're, you know, a little bit, if you're prepared, right, and in your weight loss journey to see the scale go up and essentially look and feel bloated for, from what I've heard, at least a month or two. Some people say 6 months. But you know, if you're at the point in your weight loss journey where you're okay with that, absolutely start taking creatine. You need to start taking it because it'll better your workouts and you'll probably feel better. Honestly, you'll have more energy too. If you are not at the point in your weight loss journey where you want to see the scale go up, or if you're just not mentally ready to see that number, or you know what I mean? Like if you're in that type of space, I wouldn't recommend taking creatine while you're on a weight loss journey. Now on the other end though, my gain buddies, my people that are on a bulk, if you're not taking creatine, you're absolutely missing out. I feel like this experience has made me excited to bulk because, I feel like in combination with some good food, some extra calories in my system, and creatine, I'm gonna be pushing weight. I'm gonna be pushing weight and making so many gains and so much progress at the time. So if you are on a weight gain journey, you absolutely should be taking creatine. I just want to share my feelings and my thoughts about my first couple weeks taking creatine, and just to kind of summarize, yeah, I loved it. I just don't think mentally I'm in the place to continue taking it, and that's just because of the side effects, the bloating, the weight gain, and just feeling uncomfortable, and the lack of muscle definition. So just the side effects of creatine while you're on a weight loss journey at the point that I'm at of just being ready to be done with the weight loss journey, they butt heads. Like oil and water almost is kind of how it feels. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and head to the gym. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a leg day, considering I yapped for 20 minutes. The least I could do was show you guys how I built these turkey legs. Let's head to the gym.